and welcome to a get into cosplay building thing with me. Um, Today we're gonna be doing Psylocke, and um, I'm gonna paint the sword and possibly build because there's certain things on her sword that is not on the plastic sword that I bought. You know that I may have to like construct and shit. So yeah, and I'm still sick. By the time I filmed this is like December, like the end of December. So, I've been sick for a week or two, so if I sound nasally in some of these voiceovers and right now, that is why. So, yeah. I know it's been a hot minute since I filmed and uploaded a Get Into Cosplay with me, so please be patient. I'm trying my best, okay? Um, but yeah. I hope y'all enjoy it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.
And now we're getting into the painting portion of this cosplay. And as you can tell, I am running out of paint. I literally don't use my paint for anything anymore since I've graduated college with my associate's degree. Um I don't use paint like that. I also hate paint because I'm very impatient. I don't like waiting for paint to dry. So whenever I have to paint something, I kind of dread it because I'm like, oh, I can't use this prop right now, or I can't use whatever that I'm painting at the current moment because I gotta wait for it to dry. And if you are an artist, you know that I think it's acrylic and oil based paint takes forever to dry. I think oil paint takes like um what is it, 48 or 72 hours? I can't remember. And acrylic it takes like hours, it could take a day to dry. But I'm just so impatient. Like, why can't you just dry in 15 minutes? Like, even with the fan on, with when you're trying to dry acrylic, even with the fan on blowing it, pause. Um it still takes forever and a decade to dry. Anyways, but I'm painting the top of the sword and I put a little glitter in it because I was like, ooh, I wanted to give it that shine that like the sword has on the top. But obviously it didn't work. It just made it like gritty as hell. But I did my best, you know what I'm saying? I tried. But yeah, my paint is so bad lately. Well, that's because I don't use it. But like at the same time, my paint is so watery. It's like acrylic with a side of like it's water with the side of acrylic because I don't use it. So it's just sitting up in my room, just literally turning into just like water. And I'm gonna need to get rid of them. I was going to like restock my paint, but I was like, I rarely use the paint and I rarely paint things unless I'm cosplaying. So I was like, do I really need to restock the paint just for it to sit there and collect water again? And I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do that. What I think I'm gonna do is when I need the paint, I'm gonna just buy the paint that I need and um use it for that. But here I'm just mixing, excuse me, I'm mixing the color for the diamond part. And see, this is another thing I hate about painting too, is trying to get the right shade and you got to keep adding and adding and adding. And then sometimes it doesn't come out right. And then you got to add white. And then you got to, oh, man, this is why I stopped painting. I prefer to sketch or like draw on my iPad. I hate painting. But like, I know it's also therapeutic to like paint in color and stuff like that. I rather color with color pencils and markers than paint. Oh my God. And then every time I'm painting, I always mess up my hands. There's always paint like either on my hand, my knee, my thigh. I don't even know how paint gets on my elbow. Sometimes it does get on my elbow and I'm like, how did you get there? It perplexed me. But here I'm like mixing to get the right color for like the diamond part. Excuse me. As you can tell, like I think I mix it a different way the second time and I was like, "Ooh yeah, this second one is like the perfect shade." And you could tell that they're two different shades from the top diamond than the second one. So, I think probably eventually I went back and like fixed that because I know me, I would have been like, "Ooh, these aren't the same color. It's going to annoy me." And I think that y'all can see it on camera when you really can't see it that much. But I'm like, Mm-mm. I don't want anybody to see that. Because if I can see it, they can see it. Y'all can't say that I'm not a hard worker. I be working on these cosplays and make sure they're accurate to the point, for y'all. Because, I also like when cosplays are accurate, like for myself. I don't too much care if like somebody else does their spin on a character, but for me, I need to be lore accurate. Because if I'm not lore accurate, I'm gonna hate the cosplay and I'm not gonna want to upload it. So yeah. Um yeah, I'm just going over the diamonds here and making sure they're all like painted correctly, flipping it over and just doing the same thing. This was like by far the easiest to paint because I didn't have to mix so many colors as like I did Ember. I think Ember McLean. I had to No, I think those colors came straight out of the bottle. Yeah, I think those colors came straight out of the bottle, but it was a little hard to do Ember because I like to make sure my lines are crisp and that everything is inside the lines. And that was pretty difficult because I was painting on top of cardboard and, once you paint on top of a surface like that or a canvas, if you mess up, that is it for you. You're cooked. Your best bet is painting over it and starting over because, oh, Jesus. Something I wish I would have did with the ember thing, excuse me, was paint. Because what you're supposed to do sometimes, okay, here, I'm nerding out right now, um, as an artist. You're supposed to paint your background a different shade. Like you're not supposed to paint on white white background or like a plain background. I guess you're supposed to paint on top of a different color background so that you can see where you're painting and see the lines and etc etc. So I forgot to do that with the cardboard, but I was also rushing because I was like, oh my god, I procrastinated to the last minute. It's Halloween or it's spooky month. It's October. I need to like get it together. So I just did that last minute. And I'm surprised by how it came out. And I'm glad you guys liked it so much. And I hope, see, there we go. Paint on my hand. I'm telling you, I don't know how this happens, but I always get paint on my hand. It's like I can't, I know why. It's because I'm impatient. I've been told multiple times, and I've told myself, you are so impatient. Because I was like, bruh, I need this to dry. Because as I'm recording this, this is the December 30th, I think. Yeah, December 30th. And I wanted the cosplay up before the new year. December 30th of 2024. Um, I wanted this up before we went into 2025. So I was rushing. I had 2 days of prep time. Okay. And I was like, it has to be done. I was like, either today or tomorrow. It has to be done. But yeah, here's me like trying to give it that rusty look because I was like, the top of the um hello, can I speak? The top of the sword isn't the same color as like what is that, the hilt, I think. Yeah. But I realized on camera that it looks the same color, which is definitely not in person, but I definitely want to go back and paint these again if I ever cosplay her another time with the sword because I usually don't like taking swords when I go to cons because it's just a lot of work. I'm carrying my book bag and then I gotta carry the sword, and then people are bumping into my sword or my sword gets stuck on somebody, and it's just, I don't want to deal with all of that. So I rather not take that. And then plus, like, if I do fly, I don't want an extra bag just for like, no. So I use the swords for at home or if I'm going to a convention here in my like city. Here I'm using Mod Podge to seal it because I made the mistake when I did Yura the Hair Demon. I didn't Mod Podge the sword, so it started chipping the paint away, and like that made me upset because the paint I use I couldn't no longer use it because it's completely watered. So yeah, here I decided I'm gonna paint the sword black because I was like, ooh, it's giving like ash black. It's not giving jet black, and that's what I want. I want jet black. So I was like, you know what? Let's repaint the sword and also clean off any of the excess like pink that went on the outside of the sword. So I was like, let's do that. And yeah. But yeah, use Mod Podge. It will seal in your paint that of whatever you painted so it doesn't chip. I think it may still chip, but not as easy as if you didn't use Mod Podge. So yeah. Oh, here I'm using a different brush because I'm like, bruh, that tiny little brush, I'm gonna be here all day. I got places to be, business to take care of. The the equivalent of changing a brush um in art terms is like you are trying to like sweep a floor with a toothbrush. That is the best analogy I can give you. So that small brush was not cutting it. I was like, we need a bigger brush. I gotta get up out of here. But you can see the difference on the left side versus the right before I started painting it black. I was like, yeah, we're getting somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I will say painting for cosplay is a fun process, but it's not fun when I realize I gotta mix all these colors and then I have paint all over myself. Don't like it. I hate it. Like paint acrylic paint isn't hard to clean up, but it's just very tedious because like how are you everywhere but on the thing that I'm painting? Like that's what pisses me off the most, I feel like. How are you everywhere but the place that I'm painting? Doesn't make sense to me. I think the messiest project I've had painting uh, I'm trying to think. What was the messiest project I had painting? I know a couple of it was for college, but I think when I did Stein and Ember, I think I had a lot of paint on my hand and like knees, but that was just funny. And then also a future cosplay that y'all will see. Well, y'all have already seen it because by the time I edit this, it's damn near almost been a year that this video will come out. But another cosplay that I will talk about in another video, that cosplay was hmm, it was messy, but I got it done. Okay. I don't even think I filmed all of it because I was in a rush to um get it up at a certain time and I didn't. So yeah. But yeah, here I'm just painting the other side of the sword and making sure it's done. As you can see on the hilt, some of the paint came up because, like I said, impatient. So impatient. I really could have saved that for last and just like painted one half. Now we on to the makeup portion. But here I'm just using alcohol to clean my face because sometimes when you like clean your face, there's still a little dirt underneath. Golly, the alcohol is so potent and like so strong. Like I put too much on this just to clean my face, like again, and I was like, bro, this this fume is all up in my eye. Dashi is by far my like comfort YouTuber. I love him so much. I love how loud he is too because I'm the same way for like no reason sometimes. I can be loud, but like this is like my normal tone. But like here I'm just taking my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer because I don't think I showed y'all because listen, I was on a schedule, okay? Yeah, there, I showed y'all. I was on the schedule, okay? This was the last day of the year of 2024. I was like, I gotta get this cosplay up today and stream. I think I streamed this day too. So I was like, ooh, girl, you gotta get it done. You gotta get it done. I don't care how you get it done. But here I'm using a fan to dry it off because it's supposed to get a little tacky. And before I put on like my other products. But yeah, I'm not the best at makeup, but like I do what I think is right. That's all I can say, at least for me. But now I'm trying to find my eyebrow stuff and like my color corrector. So this one I'm finna go in with. I'm taking out all my stuff so I ain't gotta go back. Times like this, I wish I had a vanity because I'm doing this at my setup, and that's why my setup gets messed up all the time. Ooh, girl, not the cough. I'm always sick. Like when I record a get into cosplay. But yeah, I'm using a elf color corrector right now.
Not her air freshener scaring her
Air
law.
freshener scared the shit out of me, I swear to God. Honestly, I couldn't tell you what Dashy was talking about here, but I think he was talking about uh Jason or somebody's dad. I don't know. Or Michael Myers. Like he always be saying, "Oh, that's Michael Myers' daddy" in the game or whatever. But yeah, here I'm just putting the color corrector in the spots that I needed. That I have dark spots, which has progressively gotten worse since then, and it pisses me off. Like where do these dark spots keep coming from? Oh, but that's me confirming that I don't have to block my brows. Yay! Because as y'all know, Sean Lore, I hate blocking my brows. I hate the process of glue powder, glue powder.
This damn phone kept sliding.
Me and this phone got beef. It just won't stay. Nah, I'm joking. That was an actual joke. But yeah, I don't know why my phone was going off. I don't know what like was happening during this time. I was like, bro, why does people keep trying to text me or blow my phone up or say something to me when I'm busy? Leave me alone.
I swear to God, me and this phone are gonna fight.
I'm telling you, me and this phone are gonna fucking box because it just won't stay. And like I didn't want to do it vertically because I didn't want to have that blurred like background, but ugh. I digress. But now we are doing concealer. Ooh, chill. I don't know what I was watching that I got jump scared so bad. I just wanted y'all to see how I look when I get scared. You would have think or thought, ooh, chill. You would have thought by now that I just would have gave up and just put it vertical. Nope. I was like, I'm stubborn. I'm gonna keep trying. This is gonna work somehow, some way. But yeah, now I'm just carving my brows out so they look sleek and snatched. But I already can use concealer for my under eye. Yeah, I gave up. I was like, yep, I'm done with you. But yeah, now I'm carving my brows and I put concealer under my eye and on my chin where it's needed that I want it to be bright before I put on my foundation. But Jesus, like, I know it looked crazy. I don't know what happened here, but I know it looks crazy, but you gotta trust it. Trust me. I can never take Dashy serious. But, like, trust me, I know I look crazy and it looks weird, but you gotta trust the process, I promise. Look how disturbed I look. I definitely was watching a horror game. Like I tell y'all, I love watching horror games when I'm doing makeup or I'm doing cosplay. In general, I just love watching horror games more than I like playing them. Playing them is a whole different ball game. I can't do it. Whole different ball game. Like I can't play horror games. But here I'm just blending the concealer, and I know I look crazy. I look like I have a superhero mask on. But bear with me. I promise it's gonna look better once like I put the foundation on top of it and blend. Ugh, I had to hit that dance on y'all. Y'all can't dance better than me. Show me. Uh-huh.
Trust the process, okay?
Exactly. Trust the process. You gotta trust the process. Makeup is about trusting the process, but also I'm not good at makeup. I do my best.
Low key, I think I want to watch him play Until Dawn because I have a hyper fixation on that game right now. Until Dawn is by far my favorite horror and choice space game of like all time. It's just so good but stressful.
Never mind. And here I just poked myself in the eye. You know, maybe don't trust me. I'm telling you, if it's not me poking myself in the eye, me dropping something or something falling in the background, is it really a Sean get ready with me or Sean get into cosplay with me, because that happens every time. But anyways, now I'm putting on the foundation. You see how it blends like skin. It blends like skin. I love the Fenty foundation, but if it just wasn't so expensive, I would use it for every cosplay. But I have to use it sparingly because I didn't buy it. My cousin gave it to me. And this is what happens when you don't have a vanity. I need to get one.
I do not. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't. Does he come back out?
I need a vanity like ASAP because getting all this makeup all over my gaming setup, ooh, all over my stream setup, ooh, Jesus. I won't tell y'all the amount of times I had powder, foundation, or whatever makeup product all over my mouse pad, mouse, keyboard, just all of that. I mean, a smart person would probably just move all of that to the side and then put all the makeup on the desk, but I'm kind of, como se dice, I don't be thinking with my brain sometimes.
Yo, you on your own, cuz.
I'm so upset that that palette is not sold anywhere. I was like, bro, this is my favorite palette, and you're telling me you guys don't sell it anymore? But here I'm going in with ColourPop. I barely flinched there. Look at me being a little champ. But here I'm going in with like the darkest shade of that ColourPop palette, and then I'm going in the inner corner and ooh, Jesus. See, this is why I can't do makeup tutorials because I honestly don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going in my inner lid with the lightest brown because I was like, I don't want the makeup to be too dark. Like she doesn't give me dark vibes. And I wanted to put my own spin on it too. That's usually what I do with cosplay makeup.
Do I go this way? Yo, I wasn't supposed to go that way.
Never mind. I kind of sold on myself. But I think I was watching Poppy Playtime, so it makes sense why I was getting jump scared like that sometimes because Dash would just rush through certain horror games and then get jump scared. But nevertheless, I love horror games when I'm doing makeup. And this is like by far my favorite palette besides the ColourPop one. This just has a lot of color that I can use because I was very much afraid of using bright colors because I just like was like, no, this color's not gonna look good on me. This color's not gonna look good on me. But then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's buy a palette with color. But now I think I'm going in with this like rusty pink because I was like, the brown isn't giving me what I want. I'm gonna need to like brighten it up more. So I was like, let's go with this. Let's go in with this rust pink and see how that goes. And I think I like it. I think it turned out great.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, now I'm going in with this other pink because I was like, it needs to be more warmed up. I was like, the brown really is like, what's the word? I can't think. You know what? Yeah, just know the brown wasn't working for me. And I was like, ooh, let's go in with this light white. And I was like, ooh, no, let's go in with that like cream color and then put it on the outer corner.
I put the mask on and scared my own shit. That scared me. Shit. I put the mask on and scared my own shit. Do I go this way? Oh, we're back over here. Okay. There's really nothing this way? No, that's all that.
The randomest things wants to happen to me while I'm filming every time. But now I'm going and finding the perfect blue for the eyeliner. And I'm like, yep, that's a perfect swatch. So we're going back in with that palette and I'm going to try to do the eyeliner.
Okay.
Yeah, hold your breath. Hold your breath. because doing eyeliner is by far the most frustrating part of doing makeup. I tell y'all this all the time, every time we do cosplay. Hold your breath, because if you don't hold your breath, then my eyeliner don't come out right. Here I was like, ooh, the eyeshadow isn't pigmented, so let's try using this big old white eyebrow eyeliner pencil, because I don't have paint. I don't own that, sadly. I think I should invest in paint or like different color eyeliners, but here I'm just using the white jumbo crayon eyeliner as a base, and then I'm gonna go over it with the blue eyeshadow that I decided I'm gonna use on top of that to make it more pigment. And I was like, I'm so lucky I didn't throw these things away, because I was gonna throw them away because I couldn't use them. But I was like, girl, you could just scrape the little bit out and just use that. You see, yep, clocked it. I was like, it looks good. So here I think I'm just brushing off like the fallout from the eyeshadow, because I hate when eyeshadow does that. It's so freaking annoying. There I am, disturbed again. I need to, I don't know why I'm disturbed when watching Poppy Playtime. I don't know if I was still watching Poppy Playtime or I was watching another horror game. But Poppy Playtime is disturbing. Like, why? Like, I realized lately all these like indie-esque horror games like FNAF, Poppy Playtime, or like what is that other one? Little Unfortunate, Miss Little Unfortunate. All these like little creepy horror games have to do with kiddos. Why are you messing with the kiddos? Leave them alone. But here I was just spraying on my Milani setting spray to set that, and then I'm gonna continue to still build up on the eyeliner. And I think like I didn't like how it wasn't sharp enough, so I went in with concealer to clean it up basically. And now I'm going in with concealer under my eyes as the finishing base for this. And yeah, here's because I forgot to show y'all. Here's the Milani setting spray, and now I'm using the setting spray to blend, because I heard on TikTok that like don't blend your concealer dry, blend it with a little bit of setting spray, and then like you'll have a flawless like blend or something like that. And also don't let the concealer get dry once you apply it. Here I'm using the powder to set everything. I love this powder. I love NYX. NYX, if you're watching this somehow, some way, and it gets out, please, I would love to be sponsored by y'all. I like literally have everything. Well, not everything, but I have a lot of products from y'all. I have y'all powder, y'all eyeliner, everything.
This is the final look of the Psylocke cosplay. I have the sword here. But yeah, I think it came out really good. I'm I just finished the touches of putting eyelashes on. I did that off camera because I knew that it would take me too long, and then I also put blue highlight and stuff like that. So yeah, this is the final. Oh, almost knocked my tree over. I forgot, but this is the final look. The bra is gonna be showing because I don't have sticky titty bra. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the get into cosplay with me thing. This time, this one was fun. This one was easy. Um, it was a little stressful in you will not in the beginning, but like a little stressful because I stressed myself out, bro. I was trying to do this in time. By the time this is uploaded, it's the new year, but I done this in the span of 2 days. Okay, so I had this cosplay for a hot minute, but I got my period and then I got sick. So in the month of December, the last week of December, I was on my period and I was sick. So I couldn't do anything. So I literally had to wait until I'm done being sick. And then once I was done being sick, the I had to order this from Amazon because they didn't have like in the costume it was purple, but I'm like, girl, her shit is red. I'm gonna need red. So I had to order red and let it come the next day and hope that it came the day that I needed it. So yeah, the time I'm filming this, it is December 31st. I think it's 2 a.m. right now. I think it is 3:15 a.m. There you go. But I hope y'all enjoyed this getting to cosplay with me, and I will see y'all in the next one. I don't know when the next one will be, and I don't even know what the next one will be. So I'll see y'all then. Bye.